Hello YouTube, this is Trainboy90 Productions here. Today, we will be doing another episode of Trainboy90's Tomas and Friends Custom Showcase. Today, we will be taking a look at 5 customs I actually did. This will be a 5 custom episode. Further ado, we're going to take a look at these customs and see what they're like. We're going to take a look at the first one and see what it's about. Today's custom showcase is about Great Western Railways Hall classes. 3D printed Great Western Railways Hall classes. The shells were made by Rood Restorations. The chassis, of course, is a Plarail James chassis. 3 of these I actually used the tar-covered James's chassis. And the other 2, I used a regular Plarail 2014 James. All of them, however, have a freight car or troublesome truck chassis. Further ado, we're going to take a look at the first of 5 of these Great Western Railways Hall classes and see what this one is about. Further ado, we're gonna bring in the first hall class. Here we go. Up first, we have Cogan Hall. We're gonna take a look at Cogan Hall and see who he's about. Alright, let's take a look at him. So, first we're gonna take a look at his face. Of course, his face is a 2012 James face. We're here. Look very closely at the face, as you can see. Of course, I sanded down the entire body shell, number 5952, which is his real life number. Great Western, right over here. Right here, there's some gold on the axles and the nameplate. It says Cogan Hall, but it is what it is. Here's the cab with the cab details, you can see, and the windows. Same on the other side. I did a pretty good job on Cogan. You can see the gold around the windows right over here. And the whistle, I painted gold. Just like it should. Same with the big safety valve right over here in the middle. He runs pretty good. The tender, of course, says Great Western on it. Here's the back. And on the top, a little bit of green in there, but I accidentally painted that on. On the funnel, you have a little bit of gold right there, so you can see. I painted the orange at the bottom of the footplate, so you can see. Did a great job on this guy. The piston rods have the stripes, how I do it in my Thomas series. Try not to be realistic here, but it is what it is. Buffer beam, I painted red. Painted the buffers black. There's the underside of Cogan Hall. See right here. Told me troublesome truck chassis. Accidentally did a little paint there. A little bit on the top here. You got the where the water goes. Supposed to be the water tank. Got the cover for the water tank. And Cogan has a black footplate, just like all the other halls on the mainland. Of course, on the British Railways. And I also painted the cab roof black, and well, mostly sanded down, but didn't do that great sanding it down. But he's a pretty good haul. We're going to we're gonna showcase the next hall, and we're gonna show her and see what she's like. This right here is Kinlet Hall, number 4936. Kinlet Hall is of course one of the two females that I made from the 3D printed one. Of course, we're going to take a look at her model. Of course, her face is a 2014 James face. Of course. And she's a darker green. Also meant to represent the British Railways green. Dark green. Number 4936. It's got her name. Supposed to say Kinlet Hall. Like with Kogan, I did the orange at the bottom of the footplate, did the orange stripes on the pistons, black footplate. Of course, the whistle is gold, safety valve is gold, just like it should. Of course, I did the gold right below the funnel here. You can see. And here's the cab details. Just like with the last one, just like with Kogan, did the cab details. You can see it's meant to represent the inside of the cab. I also sanded down the roof, so you can see. Over here, the coal tender, the British Railways logo. Got the stripe going around. Coal, of course, is how it is. You got the right here, you got the top of the tender, the back of the tender here. Of course, just like with the other ones, I painted the area around the buffer beam, around the buffers red to represent the buffer beam. He also has the stripe. I did this part a little too high, but it is what it is. I think she's a pretty good model overall. Painted the buffer beam at the front red as well. And that is Kinlet Hall. We're going to take a look at the next hall and see what he's about. Next up, we have Rood Ashton Hall right over here. So, Rood Ashton is another male hall right over here. As you can see, we're going to take a look at Rood Ashton. He is in the same livery as Kogan Hall. Of course, got the same lining, same color, got the same gold dome. I painted the inside of the dome black. Number 5965. Of course, Kinlet is number 4936. Got the gold around the cab windows. As you can see, face is a 2014 James face. Here's the cab details. As you can see right here. Just like with the last one. Here's the tender, Great Western. Lining a little smaller this time around. So I did a little better with it this time. Top of the tender, the back of the tender, and we're going to go on the other side. Same thing, a little crooked, but it is what it is. Number, just like with the previous two, I also did the orange right here to represent the livery, and I also painted the stripes on the piston rods too. So, pretty good. His chassis is of course the clay rail tar covered James chassis. The previous two were just a regular 2014 James chassis. The windows, like with the other ones, I painted them on. You can see, did a pretty good job with this one. And we're gonna take a look at the next hall and see what he's about. This one right here is Mandy Hall, number 4942. Of course, the real-life Mandy Hall was built into Lady of Legend, but I'm thinking in my upcoming Thomas series, Lady of Legend would just be a whole new engine. Completely. And Mandy Hall being rebuilt, well, into Mandy Hall. Just like this. So we're going to take a look at Mandy and take a look at her. You can see her face was 3D printed from a face from Thingiverse, modified a little bit. Modified the nose to make it nice and sharp. You can see that sharp nose line right there on her. That sharp nose line right there on her. She's got pink lips. She's a female engine. Of course, she's black. And she's got the gold around the axles. So you can, around the slashers, you can see. The nameplate is painted red with gold. It's number 4942. Like the other halls, she's got cab details, you can see. This is meant to represent the inside of the cab. This was inspired by somebody I knew about on YouTube. So I decided to actually do the inside of the cab to represent the interior of the cab. The funnel, the top of the funnel is all gold. The dome is also gold as well. On the tender, we got British Railways. This is a whole decal right over here. I did not paint lining on the tender. And of course, it's the top, all black. This is the back. Around the buffer beam is red. British Railways, the stripes, painted on, which are not painted on this time. The whole decal. 4942, that's her number. In real life, of course, there's her stripes. You can see, and the stripes. When I painted the whole buffer beam red. And that is Mandy Hall. And we're going to take a look at one last of the 3D printed halls. And we're going to take a look at this hall and see what he's about. Right over here, we have Big Marsh Hall. Big Marsh, of course, is the last one I did of the 3D printed halls of this batch. Right over here. And we're going to take a look at Big Marsh and see what he's about. And his face, the same. He doesn't have the lipstick this time. He's a male, not a female. Same black livery. Number 5967. The funnel is gold on the top. There's the dome, as you can see. It's gold. Inside is black. And you got the gold around the window. And in the back, you got the cab. You can see. It's meant to show the inside of the cab. The middle here is meant to be the fire pit, the firebox, pretty much. The tender, of course, it's all painted on, so you can see. Has the British Railways logo, as you can see. I was supposed to put the more realistic British Railways logo, but turned out to be too big. Therefore, I had to go with this one right here. That's how it is on Big Marsh Hall. Here's the back. Same thing. You can see, same on the other side. A little crippled. But the whistle is gold, of course. Like I said, on the pistons, I painted red stripes. The nameplate is red, just like with the last one. And around the nameplate, it's supposed to be gold. Very closely, supposed to be, say, Big Marsh Hall, but you can see right here. Got the gold around around the splashers right over here, so you can see. 967, that is his number. Got your a little closer look at the pistons, so you can see. Closer look at his face. See how the nose and his footplate right over here. It is black, just like the whole locomotive, so I'm hoping you all enjoyed this custom showcase. And that, of course, is Big Marshall Hall. I hope you guys enjoyed this custom showcase of the 3D printed Great Western Railways Hall classes that I did. And remember to leave a like, leave a comment down below. Of course, leave the comments down below. And subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. And of course, this is the end of the custom showcase. End of this episode. We'll see you all next time. And of course, see you in the next episode. Goodbye!